Hello, this is Brian Southworth. We're here to talk today about linear functions. A linear function is any function that can be written as f of x equals mx plus b. Make note, m, b are real numbers. Another thing is, if m is not equal to 0, then we're going to say that f of x is a first degree function, right? Because the power on x is 1. All right. In general, the domain and range of a linear function is minus infinity to plus infinity. That deals with the fact that in order to restrict your domain, looking for things where you have square roots of negative numbers, so you get complex numbers. We don't have any of those. You're also looking for places where you're dividing by 0. Since there's no fractions here, I can't divide by 0, so that's our domain. And the range is similar, minus infinity to plus infinity. All right. So a lot of times you'll note that this right here, y equals, so f of x equals mx plus b, reminds you of y equals mx plus b. Again, f of x is a y value. It's the value of y at f of x. So you could, if you want, you could replace f of x every time with y. You don't need to. So what does a graph of a linear function look like? Well, y equals mx plus b, or f of x equals mx plus b. So it's basically just going to be a line. So let's graph. Say f of x equals minus 2/3 x plus 4. So our slope minus 2/3, and our y-intercept is positive 4, or the 0.04. So all right, let's go ahead and put our y-intercept on there. 0.04 is right here. Then we go down 2, 1, 2, right, 1, 2, 3. We do it again, down 1, 2, right, 1, 2, 3. And then draw your line as best you can. There it is. That's the linear function, right? Now let's look at it again. Does it pass the vertical line test? Does every vertical line I draw only pass through at one time? If yes, then it is a function. So yeah, it's a function. What's the domain and range? Well, remember these arrows right here mean the function goes on this way. So as you go to the right, it goes down. As you go to the left, it goes up. So domain, right? So I'm always going left, I'm always going to the right. So domain is minus infinity to infinity. And range, right? I'm always going down. I'm also always going up. So range is all the y values. So minus infinity to infinity. All right, let's look at one more graph. Again, you can always feel free to stop and take a look at things if I'm moving too fast. Let's graph g of x equals to 3. All right. So g of x equals 3, right? And remember, g of x stands for the value of y at x. This is a y value. So we're saying y equals 3. So y is 3. So here's y equals 3. Now remember, we are graphing a linear function, which is a line. So we want all the points on the line where y is 3. So that should be everything left and right of the y-intercept. So all those points right here. So there it is, we've graphed it. Is this a linear function a function really? Well, check it out. All your vertical lines only cut through that line one time. So it is indeed a function. What's our domain and our range? Well, domain says how far do I travel from left to right? Well, the arrows on both ends of that line say I'm traveling to the left to minus infinity and right to plus infinity. So domain is minus infinity to plus infinity. The range, there's literally one y value. So the range is that number. So it's just going to be a set 3. Okay, that's the end of linear functions. If there are questions, please let me know.